Hi, I'm with Darren Kelly from Arrow Harps under 10 futsal team, and he's also involved in the emerging talents like Leitrim under 11. Is that right, Darren?
Under 11s and the under 10s.
And the under 10s.
Talent, yeah.
I suppose what we're doing today is we're just having a chat with coaches just in relation to this under 10 futsal initiative. I'm just looking for a little bit of feedback as to how you think it's progressing. You think it's progressing your own club, number one, your own little players, number two, and then on the overall picture with Sligo Leitrim, the different clubs. You can see, they started here 16 weeks ago, and now they've come this kind of the finale. And do you see a progression from day one? Yeah. And the standard has improved, maybe? Or what's your views on it?
Yeah, my take on it would be we started with our Harps futsal at under 8 level. So I noticed a massive improvement since between then and now. This year now, since the start of the season, I see it in all the kids, even the other teams were playing at the standard, and mainly the skill level is the big thing for me. The skill level has been very good. I think we're ahead of the decision making in the players, especially because it's such a tight area at times, where for a split second they think of what to do. Rather, if they're out in the big open spaces, obviously they have more time to think, more time in the ball. That's the big thing for me for the decision making for the players, especially.
I suppose the other thing we were talking about earlier on with some of the other coaches was just the respect initiative between the players and referees. Now, in this, there's not really referees, and there's no real need to have referees, but that's working very well. And do you find the players are making the decisions themselves? And because of the age they are, maybe they're more honest than maybe the older fellas would. But do you think the respect initiative is working too in relation to all the players and probably the coaches as well?
Yeah, I think the coaches and parents is a big thing, whereas if you go back a few years, the parents constantly roaring and shouting in. But now with the futsal especially with myself, and most of the teams are buying into it as well, is just let the kids play. When they're out there, let them play, let them do their own thing, and don't be shouting in, telling them to pass, shoot. Let them make up their own mind. Because the players will learn from their own mistakes, and they'll know when they made the mistakes. They don't need a parent shouting in, telling them what they've done wrong and to do better the next time or stuff like that. And so I think with the respect side of it as well is, I think with them refereeing their own games, pretty much, and at first it takes them a while they're a bit shy to call for a free kick, but as the weeks went on they're calling their own free kicks. And I coordinate up in Ballymote at the venue up there, and I've never seen an argument between two players at all, which is brilliant to see.
That seems to be the trend among all the different venues that are going on, because all the coaches are more or less saying that there's not really an issue with referees, and the kids are kind of refereeing themselves, and basically they just want to get on and play football, which is a great thing. I suppose the other thing we were just saying in relation to the age group that now starting at under 8 and under 10, I mean, it has to progress to like yourself involved in Sligo Leitrim Emerging Talent. Like the talent that must be coming through now, do you notice that it's a little bit higher maybe than what it might have been in the past because of these initiatives that are running? Or would you think it has more or less the same?
Yeah, it's my first year involved with the Emerging Talent, so I wouldn't really know about the older age groups at the minute if it's helping them. I can only really go on the under 10s and the 11s now. But for me, absolutely, futsal's a must for all kids, especially up to the age of 12. From that age, between 6 and 12, I think every kid should be playing futsal, and it'll only improve them in the long run.
And I suppose the last thing we were just saying, just in relation to the standard that we were trying to get the kids to achieve. Obviously, you'd like them to play for their emerging talent squad, or going on a wee bit further, then you'd like them to play for their Sligo Rovers to be under 15 or 17 or 19 teams, and then when they get a wee bit better or older, they might aim to play for their local League of Ireland club, which would be Sligo Rovers. And this futsal it's been encouraged by John Russell, who's one of the organisers from Sligo Rovers, and the FAI seem to have got behind this in a big way. And do you think the FAI are getting more involved with grassroots football, if you like, than they may have done in the past? And as a result of this, there seems to be more and more kids. Like we had 20 under 8 teams playing in this morning, and there's something similar to under 10.
Sorry, what was that?
We had 20 under 8 teams playing in this morning, and we've something similar in the under 10s. And these initiatives, and the likes of John would be high profile, say Damon would be high profile, attracts the kids out to see them because they want to see the likes of those people. Say the likes of Raphael Cotero, and they've come out to do training sessions at different clubs, some of the other players have in Sligo Rovers. Do you find that it's a good thing for the kids?
Absolutely, yeah. Everything like that helps the players, and it's great that they can have the likes of John here, and then they go in on a Saturday night and they're watching John play,
yes.
And the likes of Raf Katero are coming into the schools. It's a brilliant thing, and they look up to them, and when they're out playing, they're trying to show off their skills to them as well, which is great. I think with the under 8s, I remember last year and the year before, it took a while to build up.
Yes.
Whereas maybe this time last year there was only, you said 20 under 8 teams this time around?
Yes, yeah.
There might have been only 10 last year.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a lower number because I think we used to run for 2 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Now we're running, Jesus, gone all day.
All day, yeah.
It's an all day thing, so the clubs are really, really buying into it. Absolutely.
And I suppose just another little initiative to have with Sligo Rovers and say the clubs, the halftime entertainment, ball boys and ball girls do the whole match obviously, but then there's a mini-sided game on the pitch. Now I don't know if Arrow haven't been in so far this season, but I know Gertrude Celtic have been in and Dromore Villa have been in, and all the clubs will get an opportunity to do this. How would your club feel about that? Like they're playing inside in front of the stand, the Tracy Avenue stand or the Jinxes Avenue stand. That must be a great thing for young fellas to come in and just say, I'm actually playing on the showgrounds.
Yeah.